This video is created and intended for classroom observation, presented by Rachel C. Laureta, Teacher 1 of San Jose National High School, Senior High School Department, Handling Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business, and Management 2.
Hello, my dear learners! It's me again, Teacher Kel. We are having a different video lesson this time. You will be having some activities to do while you are watching and after watching this. Before we start, please get your Module 3 on FABM2 on the Statement of Comprehensive Income. Your modules will guide you through our activities set for you. Students who can access this video or have internet connectivity will do the activities during and after watching this. Those who have no access to this video will be given a separate activity sheets to do during the distribution of modules. Students who are isolated, experiencing chronic disease or illness, and those who are in resettlement areas, this video is for you. So sit tight, relax, and let me walk you through this lesson. Let us start with a prayer.
Blessed day to everyone. School prayer. God Almighty, we ask to bless us today and give the grace to our humble gatherings, that we may be guided in accomplishing our task for the best interest of our country. We implore you to adore us always with a meek and peaceful spirit, that we may be able to abide in the calling that you call us. We may be able to serve and be served according to your will. Amen. Students' prayer. Lord, true source of light and wisdom, give me a keen sense of understanding, a retentive memory, and the capacity to grasp things correctly. Grant me the grace to be refined in my actions, and thus to express myself with slowness and pride. Be with me at the start, guide its progress, and bring it to success. Amen.
Let's check in with your mental health. How are you feeling now? Select one of the following. Do you need to reach out for support? Are you feeling pretty good? Are you doing really great? Reflect for a moment and select one. Screenshot this part, edit the picture by encircling what you selected, and send it to the FBGC of our class as proof of your participation. You can also click this link and signify as proof. Attendance of those who have no internet connection shall be credited once their parent or guardian signified during the distribution of modules. At the end of this video, the learners are expected to be able to prepare a statement of comprehensive income for a business using the single-step approach and the multi-step approach. Identify two approaches in preparing income statements and reflect on the difference of the two formats, single step and multi-step. Our topic is about the preparation of statement of comprehensive income.
Let's engage in your first activity. It is titled 1 Minute Paper. Write this adjective and connect it or relate its meaning to any subject that you can think of in a minute. The word is comprehensive. For example, the word comprehensive in the English vocabulary is an adjective meaning complete, including all or nearly all elements or aspects of something. A timer is set as alarm, and your time starts now.
Let's compare your ideas to the following examples. The word comprehensive in Filipino translation is malawakan, malawakan, unawaan, or komprehensibo. The word comprehensive in mathematics is used in the analysis of mathematical statements or comprehensive list of mathematical symbols. The word comprehensive in economics is used as an adjective in a comprehensive plan or master plan or a document designed to guide the future actions of a community. The word comprehensive in science is used as an adjective in a comprehensive mapping of human cardiac fuel.
Let me show you a video by ABM Coach Philippines on the review of the elements of the Statement of Comprehensive Income.
What's up guys? Julius Ocabo here and I will be your accounting coach for today. Ngayong araw, pag-uusapan natin all the things you need to know and understand about the Statement of Comprehensive Income. So, ano yung mga bagay na dapat alam mo as an accountancy student or as an ABM student or as someone who wants to learn about accounting? So, first, dapat alam mo na ang Statement of Comprehensive Income nung unang panahon, hindi pa po ito nag-exist because ang tawag nito noon is simply income statement. And of course, maraming tao ang confused, ano ba ang difference ng Statement of Comprehensive Income sa income statement? Simpleng-simple lang po. Ang difference nila is yung OCI. OCI stands for Other Comprehensive Income. So, merong lilimang bagay na kasali sa Other Comprehensive Income. So, ano yung mga yon? Una, we have your change in revaluation surplus. So, kung nagkaroon ng change sa revaluation surplus, kasama yon sa Other Comprehensive Income item. Pangalawa is gain or loss in foreign currency translation. So, pag nag-translate ka ng isang foreign currency, kung merong gain or loss doon, kasama yan sa Other Comprehensive Income din. Number 3 is your actuarial gain or loss on defined benefit plan. So, this is talking about yung mga compensation plans natin, yung mga benefit plans. Number 4 is gain or loss on available for sale remeasurement. So, whenever there is a remeasurement sa available for sale mo, any gain or loss, kasali po siya sa Other Comprehensive Income. And fifth, yung effective portion of your gain or loss in the cash flow hedge. So, if you have a cash flow hedge, if there is a gain or loss in that, the effective portion is part of your other comprehensive income. So, yun lamang po na 5 ang difference ng statement of comprehensive income and yung income statement. So, in short, kung wala ang presence ng 5 ito, then you can simply use the term income statement. Parehas lang po sila. Now, another thing that we need to understand in the preparation of your statement of comprehensive income, otherwise, yung income statement mo, is the different accounts. So, dapat alam mo at naiintindihan mo what are the different accounts under sa income statement mo. Number 1, of course, is your revenue or sales. I'm sure most of you naiintindihan kung ano ang difference ng revenue at saka sales, because I already talked about this last video discussion natin. Ulitin ko lang, revenue, ginagamit mo itong term if you are into service. Okay? But if you are into merchandising and manufacturing, then you have to use the term sales. Aside from revenue or sales, we also have our expense accounts. Sa mga expense accounts, napakarami nun. However, they are actually grouped into 4. So, emphasize ko lang din itong cost of sales. It's actually part of your expense. Sir, paano naging expense yan? Actually, yung cost of sales mo, originally, this is your inventory. Since nabenta na siya, therefore, naging expense na, and you call it cost of sales. And of course, the rest, you have your general administrative expense. Obviously, these are the expenses necessary para makapag-operate ang business mo. Diba? And selling expense, ito yung mga expenses mo related to selling the product or the service that you offering. And other expense, usually, ang nasa loob nito, yung mga losses or mga finance charges. So, yun po yun. And last thing about the statement of comprehensive income is the format or presentation. Later, ipapakita ko po sa inyo kung paano i-compute yung natural at saka yung functional. Okay, just a little emphasis on this. Tandaan nyo lang guys, na pag sinabing natural presentation, ito yung pag-list down ng expenses mo na isa-isa. So, halimbawa, nakalista siya, salaries and wages, interest expense, depreciation expense, amortization, lahat yon nakalista ng isa-isa. Ang tawag mo doon ay natural presentation. Yung ibang term dito ay nature of expense. Okay? Ngayon, ang functional presentation naman or functional format, ito yon. Nakagrupo siya as cost of sales na, and then general, selling, and admin. Pag grinupo mo ang presentation ng ganyan, ang tawag mo dyan ay functional presentation. By the way, the other term for functional presentation is cost of sales method. So, those are the different concepts that you need to learn in preparing for your income statement. Later, I'll show you paano ba i-compute at ano ba ang itsura ng natural at saka ng functional. Okay? So, before we end this video, if you like this video and you learn something, do not forget na i-like mo tong video, mag-subscribe ka na rin, and of course, you hit the notification bell para updated ka sa ating susunod na mga accounting videos. Thank you so much. See you in our next video.
Was your memories refreshed? Let's check! Here are the questions you need to answer about the review.
Question number 1. How can you identify the difference between an income statement and a statement of comprehensive income? Question number 2. What is an example of other comprehensive income? Screenshot these questions and answer it later on. Your answers must be written in a yellow paper to be submitted during the retrieval of module schedule.
The word comprehensive in accounting parlance is used as an adjective for a complete and detailed reporting of financial statements. In this case, the income statement. In this lesson, we are going to focus on the preparation of the statement of comprehensive income using some formats, or approaches. Activity 2 is called quizcation. Ask only questions about your chosen number. You have to formulate your own questions. Write them down, and we will check later if your question was answered clearly by this video.
Here are the two formats or approaches in preparing a statement of comprehensive income. Number 1 and number 2. Choose a number and ask questions about your observation on your chosen number. You can screenshot this part for reference later. Take note that other comprehensive income comes after the net income, and this will be further discussed in your higher accounting. Only question type shall be credited in checking. If you choose number 1, this is the single-step format. Single-step approach is a format where all revenues are listed down in one section while all expenses are listed in another. Here, net income is computed using a single step, which is total revenues minus total expenses. This approach is usually used by service businesses. The heading of a statement includes the name of the company. In this example, it is ML Company. Name of the statement, which is Statement of Comprehensive Income. The date of preparation is stated as of December 31, 2020. Next to the heading is the statement proper, which includes the first part is revenues with close and open parentheses letter A. This is the total amount of revenue that the company was able to generate from providing services to customers. The second part is expenses, shown with close and open parentheses letter B. These are expenses broken down into general, administrative, and selling expenses, revenues less expenses, or letter A, minus letter B will yield a net income for a positive result and net loss for a negative result.
Positive result not on COVID-19 but for the income of the company. In mathematics, when you subtract the minuend of greater number with a subtrahend of lesser number, it will give you a difference of a positive number. But when you deduct a minuend of lesser number with a subtrahend of a greater number, it will yield a difference of a negative number. In accounting parlance, the difference is called a net income or net loss. I have also questions for you. Take it down and answer it later. What did you observe on the presentation of the details in the statement? Will it be easy for you to prepare? Why or why not?
If you chose number 2, this is the multi-step format. It was named as such because there are several steps needed in order to arrive at the company's net income. The format starts with the heading, same with the single-step approach. You put the company name, the kind of statement you are preparing, and the date of preparation depending on the accounting cycle. The first part is sales. The total amount of revenue that the company was able to generate from selling products. The second part is contra revenue. It is called contra because it is on the opposite side of the sales account. The sales account is on the credit side while the reductions to sales accounts are on the debit side. This is contrary to the normal balance of the sales or revenue accounts. Sales returns. This account is debited in order to record returns of customers, such as defects or change of preference or allowance for such returns. Sales discount. This is where discounts given to customers who pay early or before the deadline are recorded, also known as cash discount. Trade discount are given when customers buy in bulk. Sales less sales returns and sales discount is net sales. The third part is cost of goods sold. This account represents the actual cost of merchandise that the company was able to sell during the year. Beginning inventory. This is the amount of inventory at the beginning of the accounting period. This is also the amount of ending inventory from the previous period. Net cost of purchases is equal to purchases plus freight in. The net purchases is purchases minus the purchase discount and the purchase returns. Purchases are the amount of goods bought during the accounting period. Contra purchases are the accounts that is credited being contrary to the normal balance of purchases account. These are the purchase discount, which is used to record early payments by the company to the suppliers of merchandise. The purchase returns are account used to record merchandise returned by the company to their suppliers. Freight in. This account is used to record transportation costs of merchandise purchased by the company. It is called freight in because this is recorded when goods are transported into the company. Add beginning inventory and net cost of purchases to get the cost of goods available for sale. The ending inventory is the amount of inventory presented in the statement of financial position. Total cost of inventory unsold at the end of the accounting cycle. Sales less cost of goods sold is the gross profit. The fourth part is general and administrative expenses. These expenses are not directly related to the main purpose of a merchandising function of the company, but are necessary for the business to operate effectively. The fifth part is selling expenses. These expenses are those that are directly related to the main purpose of a merchandising business, the sale and delivery of merchandise. This does not include cost of goods sold and contra revenue accounts. Gross profit less general and administrative expenses less selling expenses is net income for a positive result, while net loss for a negative result.
These are the questions about the multi-step approach that you need to answer later. What can you say about the multi-step approach? Will it be easier to do than the single step? Are your formulated questions similar with the questions I asked you to answer? If you answered yes, very good! You are now ready to answer more questions later. If you answered no, still good. At least you learned how to formulate your own question. Now, to check on your understanding, let me ask you more questions that you can answer later on.
How will you distinguish the use of the two approaches presented? Differentiate the two approaches. Can a business still earn without having cash and lose even with lots of cash on hand? Let me answer this second question. Yes! A company can still have a net income without cash transactions due to accrued income. Example, a sari-sari store who sells a lot of merchandise, but majority of the sales are on credit, high net income, but low cash balance. A company can still have net loss with a lot of cash revenues due to depreciation and accrued expense. Example, a new branch of a fast food chain with a lot of customer could experience net loss on their first year due to depreciation expense of its building and equipment.
Activity 3 is called Pick to Bet. You shall identify whether the account belongs to a single step or to the multi-step. You shall pick on a number between 1 and 2 as I read each account. Number 1 is for single step, and number 2 is for multi-step. The link for the class point access is presented here. Screenshot the code, go to the link, and pick your answer and bet.
Account number 1 is sales. Account number 2 is laundry income. Account number 3 is depreciation of store equipment. Account number 4 is salaries of office personnel. And the last is account number 5, which is gain from sale of equipment. Pick your answers between number 1 and number 2. The results will be validated and looks like this.
Let's check if you get all the answers right. Here are the correct answers. ClassPoint automatically computes your correct answers. How many did you get out of 5? Congratulations if you get a perfect score. Excellent! Activity 4 is called It's Personal. By the title itself, it requires an individual output. The output for this activity and the following more activities will be submitted during the schedule of modules retrieval. You can also submit online through our FB page. So, get ready to screenshot the instructions. Here is what you will do.
Write your monthly allowance. The school year prior to pandemic, which is computed by the daily allowance times the number of days in a month. If you do not have a regular allowance, you can just give an estimate. Write the amount you spend on food, transportation, phone load, etc. It must be on a monthly basis to match your allowance. Deduct the amount you spend from the amount of your allowance. Associate your allowance with revenue and the spendings with expense, with the net amount as net income or net loss. If the result is negative, review your computations or check if you have lendings from your family, classmates, or friends. This shall be included as part of your revenue. You may refer to this rubric in grading your output. This will be your guide to get a perfect score.
Activity 5 also requires an individual output. This is making and completing the Venn diagram. Using this Venn diagram, write down the similarities and differences of a single step and a multi-step approach of preparing a statement of comprehensive income.
Here are your guide questions in answering. Number 1. What are the similarities of a single step and a multi-step approach? Number 2. Why do you need to know both of the two kinds of approaches? Number 3. How do you differentiate the two approaches in preparing the statement of comprehensive income? You may also use this sample as your guide.
Activity 6 is exchange problem solving. This is still an individual output. Be ready to screenshot. Solve the practice task. The division of group is according to the module distribution groupings. Group 1 will answer task 1. Group 2 will answer task 2. Let's proceed to the tasks.
For practice task 1, the problem is, at the end of the first month of operations for Hatod Service Company, the business had the following accounts: cash for 19,000, prepaid rent for 500, equipment for 5,000, and accounts payable for 2,000 pesos. By the end of the month, Hatod had earned 20,000 of revenues, 1,000 of utilities expense, and 1,500 of salaries expenses. Calculate the net income to be reported by the company for the first month. For practice task 2, the problem is compute for the costs of goods sold using the following. You have sales of 15,000, purchases of 2,000, purchase returns of 200, purchase discounts 200, freight in 100, beginning inventory 1,000, and ending inventory of 500.
You are given 5 minutes to at least try to solve. Starting now. Let's check if you got the final answer. For practice task 1, the net income is 17,500. For practice task 2, the cost of goods sold is 2,200. Your answers to be submitted must be complete with solution. Once you are done answering, exchange work with your module partners. Submit your outputs on the retrieval schedule. Activity 7 is called sketchnoting. This is again an individual output. Here, you can share your creative side. This is what you are going to do. You are going to sketch a picture that represents what you have learned about the lesson. Visualize your understanding on the concept of the preparation of statement of comprehensive income using the two approaches presented. Preparation of the statement of comprehensive income requires keen analysis and understanding of the type of business an entity follows. The income statement tells you how much money a business has brought in. They are called revenues. How much it has spent. They are called expenses. And the difference between the two is the profit. The statement of comprehensive income contains the information you'll most often see in the newspapers or financial reports as total revenue, net income, and or earnings per share. This is the part where the knowledge on financial statement interpretation comes in handy. For your evaluation, you will refer to Activity 6. Using the practice task problem assigned during the exchange problem solving, the practice task exchange will be used. Prepare a statement of comprehensive income using the appropriate formats on the practice task received. Complete formats shall be observed. Proper headings, revenue and expense part, other comprehensive income part, and the net income or net loss part.
Here is the rubric for grading. All your outputs will be submitted during the retrieval schedule together with your module's output.
For your assignment, you are going to search for any type of businesses within your community. Using their business name, prepare a statement of comprehensive income with the appropriate format for that particular business. You're going to assign the amounts for your constructed financial statement. The same rubric shall be used in grading the learner's output. Local businesses in San Jose District like merchandising businesses, service providers, healthcare providers, local government units, and institution or organizations applies the use of the two formats of preparing a statement of comprehensive income. Whether public, private, educational institutions and organizations uses the type of services offered by accounting. For the next meeting, we'll have a problem-solving activity. Stay tuned!